We lived in the same room, slept in the same bed, ate from the same bowl, but we weren't married. We weren't lovers either, just missing one title, and that title was a dream I could never reach, because I had cancer that couldn't be cured. I didn't have much time left. I loved her, but I never touched her. I never said I liked her. I could only love her secretly in my own way. Until that day, she curled up on the couch in pain, said her boss yelled at her for writing bad lyrics. I comforted her, but she asked me a strange question.
네 소원이 뭐야?
좋은 남자 만나서 결혼해.
너랑 결혼하면 안 돼?
난 좋은 남자가 아니야.
Soon she found a dentist boyfriend. I hid in the bathroom, covered my crying with running water. My heart felt both lost and relieved for her happiness. I started digging into the dentist's background. The record showed he was healthy, had money. Everyone said he was a good guy. This was the good man I thought she needed. But the dentist already had a fiancée. Looked like his family forced it, and that woman wasn't good news. I took the photos and found her. Hoped she would break off the engagement. She slapped me right across the face. Threats didn't work, so I wrote her a letter. Apologized from the heart. Said the girl I loved fell for her fiancé. Attached my medical records. Said I was dying soon. Hoped she could leave the dentist. Let the one I loved be happy. She thought I was different. She agreed to break it off. That night I set up a dinner. Made sure she sat next to the dentist. Watched them laugh and talk. I made an excuse about overtime at work. Gave them time alone. Right when I walked out, my headache hit. I collapsed on the street. Got up fast. Looked back at the restaurant. Scared she'd find out I was sick. I went home and made instant noodles. Looked calm outside, but inside I was falling apart. Suddenly she came home early. She pulled the noodles over. I handed her chopsticks like always. We weren't married, but we lived like we were. I just couldn't change the fact I was dying. The dentist spent time with her. He fell in love with her. He kept asking her about us. She said I was like a father and a mother. Sometimes more like a lover. The dentist didn't care. He kissed her anyway. When she told me, my heart went cold. I dropped the glass. Even though I knew this was coming, I still couldn't handle watching her with someone else. I hid in my room. The pain wouldn't stop. If I didn't have this disease, that I love you, I would have shouted it so loud. Soon the dentist brought wedding news. He wanted me to go with her to try wedding dresses, because this was her wish. When she put on that dress, about to walk into someone else's arms, I could barely whisper it looked beautiful. Suddenly, she made me put on a suit too, to take a wedding photo just for us. The moment I took off that groom's suit, I finally broke down. Silent agony. I wished so badly the groom was me. My sadness poured out. I found that woman. I hope that after I die, someone can send a bouquet of flowers to the girl on my behalf every year. I came home, and she made simple dinner like always. I tried to tell her, I love you so many times, but I never could hit send. We spent that sad, silent night. The next day, I walked her down the aisle as her brother, slowly put her hand in the dentist's. The moment I turned around, I couldn't hide it anymore. Tears just kept falling. 3 years after I died, that woman kept her word. Sent her flowers every year, but the flowers will be returned. The reason was no such person exists. Turns out she had been gone for 3 years too.
The clock turned back to that morning. I had a headache. Found the vitamins he always carried. After taking them, I felt dizzy. Asked a doctor and found out this was medicine for late-stage cancer patients, only taken when the pain became unbearable. The moment I learned the truth, my world collapsed. That day, I cried on the couch. Not because my boss yelled at me for bad lyrics, because I knew his secret. When he said his biggest wish was to see me marry a good man, I immediately went after the dentist on purpose. That night at the dinner, I looked back and saw him collapse on the street. I followed behind him the whole time. I made a promise to myself. If he turned around, I would run to him and hold him, tell him even if it's just one day, I would marry him. But he never turned around. The day we tried on wedding dresses, I looked at the photos in the dressing room, couldn't stop crying. That photo was the wedding I actually wanted. The day before the wedding, I wanted to text him, I love you too, but I never could send it. That night, I cried in bed till morning. The person